Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Life on Mars. Last time on Life on Mars, we finished up the first season with what I later called A Family Affair. I was not able to come up with a title during the episode itself, but I have since come up with Family Affair. I don't know if that's a song. It's gotta be someone. Someone had to have made a song called Family Affair, so we'll just have to see. But yeah. Anyway, last time around, there was a power vacuum left over by the arrest of Stephen Warren, and seemed like two people called the Morton Brothers were trying to fill it. However, the Morton Brothers were actually one person, Victor Tyler, the father of Sam Tyler. So they had to bring him in, and eventually they figured out how involved he was, and Sam had to make tough decisions, and he almost actually woke up from his coma. However, he just couldn't accept it and let his father go in the end, and just let him get away, letting history take its course, basically. And yeah, he is still in 1973, and I guess shit still sucks, so yeah. It was a very crazy, kind of traumatic episode, actually, and I'm very curious to see where we are going today on the final season of Life on Mars, because there's only 2 seasons, so this is kind of it. But yeah, this is Season 2, Episode 1. And again, after the episode, we will be coming up with a title for the episode as well. But because it is the first episode of the season, the full-length reaction for this episode is available for free to anyone who wants to try that out. So, if you want to watch my full, uncut reaction to this episode of Life on Mars, what you gotta do is head down in the description or into the pinned comment. That'll take you over to my Patreon page. But remember, this is all free. It's just easier to host it on my Patreon page. But yeah, you can go and find the link to watch the uncut reaction. There's no show footage in it at all because I can't give you an episode. So what you have to do is sync up your copy of this episode of Life on Mars, which you can get through legal ways. I'm sure it's like on the BBC iPlayer, or the way I'm watching it is on BritBox. So you can watch it, you can have your copy of Life on Mars and sync the episode to my show footage, which is just as easy as, lining them up properly and hitting play on both and letting them go. I've made it as easy as possible to sync the two up, so if you want to try that, you can. And if you enjoy watching a full uncut reaction, then perhaps consider signing up for full-time, full-length, which is on my Patreon page. It's only $5 a month. It's a pretty decent price, I would say. And if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to watch the edited reaction, then just wait a few seconds. It'll start up here on the YouTube video. And either way, whether you watch the edited reaction or you watch the uncut reaction, I do also encourage you to watch the discussion after the episode. So yeah, that is basically that. So let's go ahead and get right into Season 2, Episode 1 of Life on Mars. Here we go. 2006.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
What are you doing? What are you...
What's happening?
I'm gonna kill you, Tyler.
No.
What?
You on strike? Come on, hand up, you dingaling. Without another shout.
Okay.
As though you broke. Tyler!
He's coming.
Sam Tyler. I had an accident and
Okay.
You want to wear the sheriff's badge, Gov? Well, it comes with responsibility. By the book.
Cobblers. The world's getting tougher, the police have to match it. The people want the job done, they don't want to know how.
Too right. You don't want a mirror at the dentist, do you?
No. That's an analogy, Chris.
So, you're the boy wonder. Inspector Tyler, sir. Chief Superintendent Harry Wolf. You're a lucky man, Tyler. You've got the best here.
I weep with happiness every morning, sir.
No.
He's not so different from you when you were my DI, Gene.
Minus the looks, of course.
So that would be by the book, then, sir.
Yes, that's it.
No.
By the jolly old book.
Why does this guy look familiar?
Yes, that's it.
Buy the jolly old book.
What if the worst had happened?
Keep to the code. Aye, the code.
I am searching for evidence. Running prints past Scotty Yard. Interviewing informants. Thorough. And buy the book.
Buy the book.
Because I know the truth and no one else does. Just chill out, okay? World isn't what they think. Do you think that makes me feel so alone?
Oh my god, what if it's a shared coma?
I know the owner. Good work, Raimondo. I'm bumping you back up to DS. Oh, this time make it stand for Detective Sergeant and not dog shit. Go.
Tuh.
You want to improve the team? Find me a new DC.
Needs a new set. Well, you can't give Chris Sarge. That's a little too much.
Tony Crane.
Sorry, man. Too much Cinzano. Do we know each other?
We will, one day. I mean, no.
What?
We're on business.
Meanwhile,
Presuming
anyway.
about these attacks.
Government have closed a lot of places down. Industry's gasping for air. We don't need our clients being mugged as well.
Why does this actor look familiar?
I'm not a clergyman, but I am legit. More people like me grow. Better at
Wait a
the
minute.
industry.
Oh, you will grow, Tony.
That's not...
I'm glad you think so, Inspector.
Is that the guy from Love and Monsters on Doctor Who?
Me Casa? Sue Casa.
It totally is. I can see it in his face, I think. Huh.
Oh my God. You stand to the uniform boys are done. How can I tempt you to hand the blackjack?
Wait, he's the one in the future?
It's you. I had him on remand. I had witnesses ready to testify. CPS said it was watertight.
Calm down, talk sense.
How could he be out, Annie? My case was sound.
So he got him in
So
the
what, I go to
future.
hospital and suddenly the whole thing falls apart. They must have thrown the case out for some reason. And now Tony Crane has found me. And he's getting his revenge.
No fancy hunches. Buy the book. You started this, and now I'm sticking with it.
Nuh.
Why is that so hard for you to agree to?
Because I am policing in the full glare of the public bloody eye, and the chief super is taking a personal interest, and we also have no flipping evidence. And I can't believe I just said that.
Nuh.
I know what this
Wow, we
man is
have
capable of.
completely
My
turned.
sheriff's badge.
You know why you're here. And I do too. You're lucky, Sam. At least in CID, you have a chance to make a difference, and you do.
Wow. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Oh, I can't breathe.
It's alright, it's okay. He's fine, it's just a stomach upset.
Nuh. The most violent stomach upset.
You were lucky that time, Tyler. Now your life's in my hands.
Damn.
And your luck.
What do you call these things again?
Stringer.
Stinger.
And these things stop
Duh.
cars, yeah?
You're a right little Caractacus pox, aren't you, boss?
I didn't invent it. No, actually, I suppose I just did.
Tuh. Good job.
Anyway, come on, car, now. We should square this with a guff.
Yeah, why aren't you...
Time to go round every boozer in town. We don't even have a warrant. It's never stopped you before, has it?
It's a good point. Why they are so by the book today, it's weird. What the?
Hey, easy does it. Where's your boss? Well, I found the guff.
But the bloody hell's
Oh, hey.
I'm throwing Nick up out there.
Where's Crane? What's going on now?
Oh man, what a jacket.
Continue this down at the station. Chris, cash in for me.
Tuh. Thank you, Chris.
Hey, let him go.
Yeah, come on, man.
Tyler, what's wrong with you?
You can't see. Oof. He's really losing it.
Can you see anything at all?
Just a blur. My head's split.
It's a migraine.
Oh, wait.
Wait. Huh.
Oh, you're back.
I mean, that is a medical issue right there. To them.
You have nothing but your bloody ego. Now we have got a proper lead. You should be cock a bloody hoop. We're doing this the Hyde way.
Do you want to know about Hyde? Do you want to know where I really come from?
They're gonna put him in the slammer in a straitjacket.
Put this in Tony's desk drawer.
Why?
So that when I lead a police raid in about an hour, I'll find it.
Wow, he is so
You'd fit him up.
reversed.
I would never fit anybody up who didn't deserve it.
No, I won't do it.
This is so weird to see.
Planting evidence.
Printing money and laundering it through your own casino. Was it
I like how they spell that out.
He's getting old, isn't he? His stuff's not quite good enough. You see, I had a car accident and I woke up here. But you, the rich, powerful, 21st century you, is sitting by my bedside, tormenting me. And you're gonna turn off my life support and you're gonna have me found dead by the nurses. Now, is this ringing any bells?
You will forgive me if this sounds like you're clutching at straws.
I mean, he is losing his goddamn mind.
Option these days.
Stay out! You just wanted to look in the shed! Somebody
What?
help me! Don't! Stop!
What?
Don't do this! Let's... Please, no! This is not like George Mills. This is premeditated. Step away! No!
What just happened?
Sorry.
Oh! I like how he's kept the cigarette. Oh, well, that wasn't your fault. Hey, he landed on the boxes. He's alright. Oh!
Come on. Come on.
He's got to power through it.
Shit.
Hey!
Ray, you beauty.
Nuh. Good job, Ray. The good news is, yes, it is Crane. It's just a difference of how they got there.
I'm dying. Rubbish. Like you do every Sunday morning.
Duh.
Right, you lot. Close off that street. I don't want anyone getting...
Come on. Walk it off, Sam. Oh, this is it. He's gonna run him down. He's gonna try to run Sam down. Whoop. Huh. You missed. Oh, you had a flat.
You're nicked.
Ugh. You nicked. Oh! It was the thing!
Stringer!
Stinger. It's okay.
That's the one. I just thought that seeing as one of Crane's henchmen used an inhaler.
Insert for a disc breather. For asthmatics.
Oh, I'm being stupid, aren't I? Proper little Nancy Drew.
No.
No.
There's a link, which means we could at least get him for accessory to manslaughter.
That's
Not good enough.
10 years, good enough for me.
He'll plea bargain. He'll get 6. He'll be out in 3. He's got the money to make it happen. We haven't stopped him becoming a killer. I need him in for life, Gene. Are you listening to me? Life.
But you don't got the stuff. You got 10 years.
Sam Tyler is from the future. Oh, yes. He's a time traveler. Sort of.
I guess only Annie really knows.
30 years in the future.
He has a car accident. He wakes up here. And there's another Tony Crane. He's in the future, and he's trying to kill him.
It gets worse. I made all of you lot up. You're all a figment of my imagination.
You people. Fantasy created by him.
This is weird. What?
Actually, Mr. Crane told me this.
Don't start playing games, Tyler. Because you, my friend,
I mean,
are clinically insane.
it's...
Get a doctor's report on him.
Should I? Sam?
Well, Gov, if you believe what Mr. Crane is saying
Yeah,
about me, then
hello.
by all means, release him.
I think you need to take a seat somewhere quiet until the doctors have a look at you.
Hey, you can't! This is assault!
No, it's clinical detention for your own safety.
Hmm.
Under.
Section 9 of the Mental Health Act.
Hit the dock in here with a big bastard big sedative.
Oof, a
Once
bastard
the doc's
big.
satisfied you need specialist treatment under
Section 12.
You'll be transferred to a secure hospital.
Huh.
I'll be out of there! You can't stop me!
Wait!
I just did.
Ugh.
Bastard! You bastard!
I mean, that...
I know the truth!
I mean, that was... That whole thing was kind of weird.
Who was it?
Psychiatric outpatient. Institutionalized since 1973, apparently.
Huh.
Don't you stay locked away that long, Sam. Come back to us. Find a way to get rid of whatever's holding you in there, and come back.
I can't come back to you now, Judy. My mind is made up.
Okay, so there was just a... So it wasn't Tony Crane. He didn't change the future. Ooh.
It wasn't perfect.
I found our new DC.
Bring him in then.
Wait a minute. DC Cartwright.
Oi, shut up, you lot.
WDC Cartwright.
Nice arsehole.
Ray about to get slapped. Ooh.
Like suit in the bag.
I need you to get me out of here.
We will.
Oh shit.
I understand your frustration, Sam. The job's almost done. Don't blow it now.
Job?
Remember, if they find out why you're really there, you'll never make it back. Once we've dealt with it all, you can come home, Sam.
What? Oh no.
You were connected to Hyde 2612. Is that all, sir?
Thanks.
Huh.
This is our team, is it? Yeah.
This is our team.
Oh boy. Well, hang on. Let me... I assume this is called Starman. I could go with Starman. I don't know if that's what the song is actually called, so maybe I'll look it up. I just... Oh, man, it's so difficult because I can't... It's so difficult sometimes to watch this, man. To watch this and see him, you know, go against... just go against them and act so crazy. Wait just a goddamn minute. Oh, that's why I recognized Harry Wolf. It's Mr. Gibbs! It's Mr. Gibbs from Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that is so awesome. Huh. The actress that played Eve is apparently on Doctor Who, including Revolution of the Daleks. Okay, well, now I just gotta look up this whole episode. But before I do, I am pretty positive. Yep. The guy playing Tony Crane, that's exactly who I thought it was. Alright. Now I want to look up the actress that played Eve. So, Life on Mars. There we go. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Man, it's Mr. Gibbs. He looks so different without a beard. But that's so cool. Alright. Yasmin Bannerman. She was Jabe in The End of the World. She also has not really worked since 2007. Okay. I assume... Oh, is she the tree lady from that episode? I bet she's the tree lady from that episode. Yeah! Far out. Far out. Okay. Man, we really recognized a lot of people today. Okay. That's a hell of a premiere, I must say. Hell of a premiere. You know, here's the thing. Sorry if my chair is squeaking. Here's the thing. You know how much I just want just cases? You know? I feel like the last few weeks have been very heavy, you know? But the last few weeks have been very heavy. But at the same time, that is good, you know? I don't know. I kind of want to get back to a more simple episode. Like, I feel like we had a decent amount of those last season. You know, even though a lot of episodes, they did have a lot of heavy stuff in it. But I don't know. Like, I wanted an episode with a case. You know? I guess I'm kind of getting... I don't want to say I'm, like, getting tired of it, because it's all still good, but the constant Sam going rogue, you know? I guess that's sort of it. It's one of those things where it's like, it's really good, but watching him go rogue can be very difficult. And I guess that's basically it, because we've had that for 3 episodes in a row. He goes rogue investigating the cocaine death leading him to Ray. He pretty much goes rogue when, you know, dealing with his dad, and now goes rogue trying to get Tony Crane. So that's the thing, you know? That's the thing. Is that I don't want him to go rogue. Problem is, he needs to go rogue. He needs to fight them. He does need to, you know, do this so that he can wake up. And now, after this, after it's like, oh, you have a job there. You have a job there that you need to get done, and you can't tell them who you actually are. That's making me think that... That's honestly making me think he has gone back in time. You know what I feel like it kind of is? This isn't exactly the same, but if you've ever seen X-Men Days of Future Past, slight spoilers, there is time travel in it. And the way they do that is Kitty Pryde basically sends Wolverine's mind back in time to when he was younger. And they do a whole thing like, oh, the reason he can go back that far is because of his healing. But she sends his mind back to his younger body, basically. And that's how the time travel works. Now, granted, the thing is, obviously, yes, Sam was not that old in 1973. So, you know, he was still a kid back then. But it kind of feels like that. Like, maybe this is a coma, but the coma basically sends his mind back in time to work with this team, you know? But what is he doing there? What is the purpose of him being there? Because if it's to change time, technically he's already started that. Because that was the first episode, was presumably changing time with the serial killer that was going after, what was her name, Maya, his partner in 2006. So So that's the thing, you know? That's the thing. So if this is legitimately changing time, I don't know. Okay, so first off, the reveal, I mean, I guess this is just sort of going off the reveal that it's not Tony Crane in the future. It's a mental patient, haywire basically. It's a mental patient who snuck in and is attacking Sam's equipment, basically. Which is very strange. It's very strange that he's doing that, you know? But Sam does say that in the future, he got Tony Crane. He got Tony Crane. He was supposed to protect Eve, but didn't. He didn't protect Eve. She ended up dying, but he did get Tony Crane. So, I don't know. It's all very, very strange. Now, we also had the other guy. The other guy at the beginning, you know, he seemed to be just crazy, but Sam was like, oh, he's having visions. You know, the world is not what it seems. And Sam takes that to heart because he thinks he's back in time. Now, there's still the question, is that legit, or is that Sam creating that based on the person that was in his room, you know? Oh, you know what this would... You know what a better analogy, a better time travel analogy would be? Instead of Days of Future Past, this is kind of like Assassin's Creed, where... and I haven't played much of Assassin's Creed. I've played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but that was about it. But I know that in Assassin's Creed, the whole thing is that, you know, you're basically sent... You know, you're trained to be this assassin, and you're sent back in time, you know, to inhabit the body of one of your ancestors or something. I don't know the full details, but that's how they send it back in time. So maybe that's it, where they do that. Now, granted, he is still him, and he's still Sam Tyler. I guess at that point, it's like Quantum Leap. Ooh, maybe that's the best analogy we could come up with, is Quantum Leap. But the only difference is, instead of, you know, Scott Bakula going and being that person, Sam has gone back and he is just Sam. So, he is just Sam Tyler in the 70s. So, there's that. But this episode definitely reopens the time traveling theories, you know? Whereas I feel like we were completely, like, there. I feel like we were completely there with the coma theories. Like, it's definite he's in a coma. But now there's the question of, was he still sent back? Was his consciousness sent back in time? Oh, man. This is such an interesting idea for you know, a police procedural show, you know? It's like, all right, we're going to have a police procedural show and we're going to set it in the 70s. Also, we're going to have this crazy-ass time travel element. Like, okay, cool. So, yeah, the jury's still out on the other guy. Because what I was thinking is maybe the other guy that was like, oh, I'm having visions, this world isn't right. Maybe he was someone who was sent back in time, like Sam, but he's lost it. He couldn't handle it like Sam can. You know? Maybe. That could be it. Either way, there is still the case of Tony Crane, who Sam... Again, it's like the first episode of Season 1, where Sam did... You know, he was involved in this case, basically. You know? So that was very interesting. And the whole thing about Eve... So basically, you know, it's like he said, you know, one day you get scared, you can't take it anymore, and you come to me. And then she testifies against Crane, and he goes away. And that's the thing Sam was wondering, you know, how could it be that... How could Tony Crane get out? How did he get out, you know? They must have thrown out the case for him to get out. But that's not it. It's that, you know, while he thought it was Tony Crane, it wasn't. It was just someone else, some psychiatric patient, which is interesting. I feel like I'm really like churning through the notes a little too quickly, but the thing is, some of these things that, you know, that I write down is like, oh, Tony Crane, and he's in the future and stuff like that, and then it's basically disproved, you know? So like, that's sort of the thing, you know? Like, it's disproved, like, oh, okay, so it's not that, and then it's like, well, can't talk about that, or that, or that, or that, or that. So, okay. I did like the reverse that we did, where, you know, at the beginning, Gene, you know, is doing his normal thing. It's like, we'll just go and we'll do it and we'll get this done quickly. And Sam's like, no, it needs to be by the book, you know? And then they go through this, and then it's like, well, wait, no, now Sam is going rogue, and Gene has to do this by the book. And it's like, oh, what a reversal that is, you know? And it's just, it's so strange because it's genuinely uncomfortable when he's just going off on, you know, being from the future and all that stuff, and he's really just losing it, you know? Like, it... Jesus. It's just, it's uncomfortable, and watching him just sort of losing it, you know? And it's one of those things we kind of talked about last episode where, you know, when he's talking to his parents in the past, and, you know, he'll say something and he'll be like, oh, no, I mean this, you know, not that thing I said, which implies that I'm a time traveler and stuff. And it's one of those things, like I said last episode, where it's like, I would want to believe that I would have played this, and not like acted or anything, but if I was sent back in time, I want to believe that I would play it better than Sam does. Because Sam doesn't, he honestly doesn't do this very well. Like, he does everything, God, I don't know why my finger hurts so much. He does play everything somewhat well, you know, with fitting in and doing his job and talking to the others and stuff. But there are just moments where it's like, it doesn't work. He just goes off, you know, and then he's like, oh, never mind, you know, don't listen to me. And it's one of those things, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel like Marty McFly had this much trouble in Back to the Future. Yeah, at the beginning, it's like, oh my gosh, you're George McFly and stuff like that. But he ended up, well, I guess he had Doc Brown. I guess that's true. Sam doesn't have anyone. Maybe that could be it. He tries to confide in Nelson, and Nelson really tries to help him, but it doesn't work, you know? It doesn't work because Nelson doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, you know? He doesn't know what Sam's talking about specifically. But yeah, it's like, Marty, I guess that's the thing, and, you know, Back to the Future, going meeting your parents and stuff like that. Back to the Future, where very quickly Marty has to, you know, adopt that Calvin Klein persona, basically, and he has to, you know, get his parents together and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know, to an extent, I feel like Marty plays this better. Like, after all this time, Sam's just not, you know, I don't know, like, when he goes off on something, like, oh, we gotta get him on this and this, and if he won't, he'll do this and this. So when Tony Crane goes off and it's like, oh yeah, he says he's a time traveler and he's from 30 years in the future and stuff. Honestly, you almost expect Gene to be like, oh, well, that fucking explains everything. Jesus Christ. You know? It's like, oh, yeah, you are insane. But, I don't know. So yeah, let's see. There's the whole thing of, you know, working alone. Sam always thinks that he has to do this by himself. And that is true. He always pretty much, like, he doesn't... Sam, honestly, is not really that good with the team. But he keeps... It's honestly just because he keeps pushing them away, you know? So... I don't know. Let's see. So we had the whole thing with the forgeries. I don't know... I didn't catch what Tony Crane was actually doing. Like, so they had forgeries, but they weren't good enough. And I don't know. I don't understand the forgery plot at all. So, I mean, it's not that important, I feel like. Like, you pretty much watch this like, okay, so, yes, there is something... I mean, it's all connected to the murder at the beginning, but... Yeah, like, I did not understand the forgery thing whatsoever. It's like they talked about laundering money, but then there's the forgery, and I don't know. I did not catch the forgery thing whatsoever. So, let's see. There's a whole thing of 10 versus life. Gene saying he can get him for 10 years and stuff, and then Sam wanting it for life, and then the whole thing with the story. Which is interesting because. Yeah, when he says, like, oh, he told me he's a time traveler. He's from 30 years in the future, and he's in a coma right now, and he made you all up and stuff. It's like, so you're saying that Sam told you that. It's like, there's no reason for Gene to believe that, whatever he thinks about his DI, he doesn't, like, it wouldn't, it's basically the word of your DI versus the word of this guy you can at least get 10 years on, And yeah, that's the thing, so Sam starts talking, it's like, oh yeah, oh that's the story. The story that he told me. Like, there's no reason for that. But then, then there's the question of, who does Gene believe? Does he believe... I don't know. I don't know how that was going to get Tony Crane off the hook. Like, oh yeah, he's insane. I'm telling you he's insane, and you believe me, right? Like, why would they? They have no reason to believe you. You're a criminal. They're already trying to get you for 10 years. There's no reason. And it's like, oh, he's insane. Right? Hunt, isn't he insane? And it's a simple matter of just no. So I don't know why he was all cocky about that. It's like yes, we're going to believe what you say, person we literally just got for forgery. I don't know. Also, Annie's gonna be what did they say specifically? Hold up. Ba. Da. Alright, so a new detective constable, WDC Cartwright. Now, it used to be WPC Cartwright. I assume the PC was police constable, and now DC. I know DC is detective constable. Man, you British and all your fucking titles. Jesus Christ, I can't keep them straight. So what is W? What exactly would be WDC? Because I know... Okay, so Chris is DC, Detective Constable. Ray was DC. He's back up to Detective Sergeant. Sam is DI, Detective Inspector. Gene is Detective Chief Inspector. So what does the W stand for before her Detective Constable? Do I just need to look this up? I could wait 2 weeks for you guys to comment it, or I could look it up my damn self. Not bother you guys to explain your police systems to me. Okay. If I just type in WPC to Google... Nope, that gives me some weird company. Police. What is a No, wait, that was WPC. Oh, hello. Oh. Interesting. Until 1999, women in the police force had their rank title prefixed with the word woman, or the letter W in abbreviations. Example, WPC for constable. Huh. Would you look at that? Well, what the fuck? So that's why she's not just DC Cartwright, she's WDC. Yeah. So WPC, Woman Police Constable. So WDC is Woman Detective Constable. So she can be a detective constable, but she has to be specifically called a woman detective constable. The fuck? That was still 1999. Like, okay, 1973. 1973, it was a different time. 1999? That ended in 1999? What the fuck? Just be a detective. What the... I mean, either way, I guess she is Detective Constable Cartwright. She is a DC. That's pretty cool, but WDC. So... All right. Well, hey, she got a promotion. If Ray can get a promotion, Annie can too. Fucking Ray. There was something though when Jean was like, "Oh, I need a sergeant," and yeah, it's like, okay, yes, is he getting promoted again? Yes, but it's more out of necessity for Jean, and I like how he says, be sure it stands for Detective Sergeant, not dog shit. It's more of just a promotion out of necessity because he needs a sergeant. Though for a second I thought he was going to promote Chris, but no, that's not happening. So WDC Cartwright. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. So I'm glad she's moving on up. And I like, because that's maybe the greatest thing about, well, maybe not the greatest thing, but one great thing about Annie is that anytime they harass her or something, or heckle her, or whatever you want to say, I do always like when she slaps back, basically, literally to Ray touches her, she fucking slaps back, literally slaps his ass back. So she will be taking none of their shit. So yeah. And then at the end, Sam has a job here. Sam has a job here, and he has to finish that job before he can come back. And no one can know that he's from the future. So that opens up a whole new can of worms for the season. But yeah, a good episode, a really strong premiere, I must say. Yes, do I want the more simplistic episodes? And simplistic is a very loose way of saying this, but yes, I do want episodes where it's like, oh, here's a case. Yes, Sam and Jean will clash and all that stuff, but it's getting really heavy. Well, especially heavy on the Sam going rogue stuff. So, I mean, maybe he'll be able to complete the job with the team. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Do you think at the end of this, like... do you think at the end of the... I guess at the end of the show, at the end of the season, Sam wakes up from the coma and old man Gene Hunt is right there. It's like, there you are, you bastard. You're late for work or some shit. That'd be cool. I don't know. I don't know what the hell we're going to be doing, but it's going to be friggin' crazy, I think. So yeah, that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Life on Mars reactions, there is a playlist on screen, as well as another video you can go check out if you want. There's also, what is it called? The subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.